Welcome. Thanks for joining us for another training tip. Today we want to talk about the grip with a handgun, or a fighting grip. Now, a lot of different theories on this, and I'm going to show you what we use or what I teach in class. Having a good grip is very important. If you don't have a good solid grip on your weapon, you may have a great first shot, but a second or third or maybe even a fourth shot is problematic because the gun is moving in your hands. So we're going to present the weapon here, verify that I'm indeed unloaded. And let's talk about the portions of the grip that we teach. First off, with my strong side hand, I'm nice and high on the back strap of the gun right here. I want to be as close to the bore axis as possible because it's just like a lever. The further my hand is down, the more this gun will snap. The higher I am up, the less it will do that. Now you got to be careful. If you creep over this, that slide will come back and actually bite you. And there are ways around that. We can discuss that later on. But right now I want to be as high up on that as I can. Have a nice firm grip. My fingers are wrapped around here. And I want to keep this weapon as close to the radius bone as possible. I want to have it running down the arm like this. If the gun is off on your thumb like this, then you're actually trying to manage the manipulation, manage the recoil with the back of your thumb. So make sure that you're as close to that forearm as you can. My support side hand now wraps around the front of the gun, and I'm going to lock those knuckles together just like this. Now, a lot of this depends upon the size of your hand, obviously. I want to get as much of my hand on there as possible. So now let's talk about our support side thumb. I teach a thumb down grip, very common in 1911 shooters. I run it down the slide just like this. Nice firm grip with the support side hand and thumb down the slide. Gives me a little more forward leverage on the weapon and allows me to drive the gun a little bit more. This strong side thumb is pretty far out on the body of my thumb here. I don't want to let it ride down here too much because there's always a chance, especially if you have large hands, that you're going to begin to interfere with the slide lock mechanism. In the event that your gun does go dry, if your thumb is resting on top of it, the gun will just go back into a closed position. So make sure that thumb is kicked out of the way. I want to make sure that this hand is around the gun enough that I can actually close the door back here behind the gun. If I have a large opening, the gun will go to the point of least resistance. It will find its way through this hole. So I want to close that door behind the gun. And in doing so, I have a nice firm backstop for the gun to push off of. So when I point in, I'm completely closed in. The grip that I teach is that the strong side grip is firm, but it's not crushing. If I'm really death gripping that gun, my trigger finger becomes very stiff. I want to have a firm grip on it, no doubt. We're firing a pistol. But most of my grip is done with the with the support side hand. I'm locking in around it. That allows my trigger finger to be much more relaxed. If I'm mechanically behind the gun, it's easier to manage the recoil. Here, just like this. So once again, a firm but not crushing grip on the pistol with the strong side. Support side, thumb runs down the side. Strong side thumb sits on the meat of the support hand. Closed door behind the gun with most of my real grip going on out front. Just like this. Allows my trigger finger to be relaxed. I found that to be a very effective way to manage the gun, to be able to run the trigger smoothly, and to get good shots. It's something to practice. So until you see on the range or see in the classroom, stay safe and keep training.